Good morning, guys. How's it going? I did not expect to be streaming today, especially after the 5 days that we did last week. It just kind of fell into my lap that I would have the day at home, and then it kind of fell into my lap that I would have the time to do this morning toast. So I figured I am not did not reset up my entire configuration. I don't have my dual screens. I didn't want to drag everything upstairs just for an hour or two. So I'm not going to do any roster reviews today. It's so much better with a dual screen setup. I just figured I'd come in, I'd do my conquest, I'd do my dailies, chat a little bit with some of you lovely people, maybe while you're doing it yourself, and we'll all be miserable together. Oof. Toast, good morning. Happy Taco Tuesday. We're actually going to be making our grocery list a little bit later today. So, well, maybe we will have tacos tonight. I did not do my dailies yet. And the only reason I have max energy, because I never hit max energy, is that I just bought or got the free pack that comes every morning. So we're just going to quickly go through our dailies, get this stuff done, go through my mathing for the day. 600. I need six. I don't know. I need a lot of it. Let's do more gray. I need more gray between all of these stupid characters I gotta get. 20. 29. Okay. Let's throw that math in there. Oh, shit. These are my least favorite days, is when I have to do a transfer over from the hundreds. So we'll do 6 will get me to 3,900. And then 23, that's some Common Core math for you guys. See, we're gonna skip paths because I have to, now that yesterday I hit 75 of 100 on him, so I gotta track him separately now, and do that a little bit differently. Okay, 1 of 5 on fake Jar Jar. 2 of 5 on no, no, no. So that's 10, right? 71. And we got 3 total. So 3 total, 4. I'm not even going to try. Everyone's coming at me with different things today. It looks like we got Krillic or Russian, and then we got the Australian accent. I'm not trying it. I'm not getting canceled today. But good morning. It's not happening. All right. I'm filming a Tales episode later, and I'm excited because I do have a new beer that I tried on Saturday with some of the Galaxy Heroes players that we went out with. And as he left, he handed me a can of one that I was drinking that night. So I'm excited to pour that tonight. 5, 8. We only got one, right? Yeah. Yes, we only got one, right? No, I figured it meant good morning. I assumed. I could say, I don't know if it's just good morning or if it's just hello. Annyeonghaseyo is the Korean, the polite Korean for it. I'm sure somebody will correct me on that, but that's my contribution to this. I don't even remember. I hate my dailies. I get so confused and I forget which ones I've done and which one. Oh, I gotta do my boss Nass. Can't forget about that. That's like the most important. I almost did it this morning when I first woke up, but I figured since I would be streaming, I might as well add that in. I'm a little bit nervous for today, guys. This is going to be the day that kind of tells us how terrible of a grind this is going to be for Jar Jar. In the past, typically there is a 2 to 3 week on new characters. This is only week 1, but they have done 1 week between characters before. So I'm nervous. I'm really hoping for no news. I'm really hoping for no character releases. If anything, just a hot patch fix for the ultimate thing that they didn't fix Friday night. So as much as I'd love to play with another Gungan, oh, my game is upside down on my screen. I mean, I get Toast, man. I guess you could just go on like Google Translate, and you could see if I'm right or not. But I know it's correct. I just don't know if I pronounced it correctly. This has been Korean lessons with a middle-aged white man in the east side of the United States. Actually, I'm on day 107 of learning Korean, and the only thing other than like the random phrases that everybody kind of gets first when they do a new language, the only thing I have, and I don't even think the grammar is correct, is chonin kuyangiga tongtong합니다. Which is I have a fat cat. So if you ever want to tell someone you have a fat cat, that's sort of how to do it. All right. I'm specifically waiting on R9 materials, because if my goal now, we've decided, right, my goal is R9ing all of these Gungans. So I need to make sure that I have some of that stuff. Alan, but how you doing with? I guess how you doing is the important part, right? Because I feel like I know almost nothing. At 100 days in Hebrew, I can't imagine that's probably on the harder end of languages as well. I can't imagine that being easy. All right, did I do everything? I don't even know. Toast, we had basically the same thing in high school. I had a Spanish substitute for pretty much a whole year, and she taught us absolutely nothing, and that's why I don't know any Spanish at all. Except, again, like those very, very, very common ones. Oh, really? I see. I didn't know that. I just figured with the alphabet being different that it'd be tougher to learn. I know that with Hangul, I'm finding that that's the hard part, is translating between a different character. Okay, I think I did. Yeah, man, that's probably easier. Having people that you're talking to daily that are you're able to kind of test it with. I'm just gonna get this battle in. There's no reason. Oh, that is nicer. Like Korean, they have there's no gender on the words that, to my knowledge, I'm a novice. I don't fully know, but it doesn't seem like there's a gender on most words. But there is like different politeness levels. So you change what you're saying based on who you're talking to. And that has been very confusing as well. And I guess that in Korea, a lot of it is slang. Um, and you kind of just cut out words a lot, so understanding can be a little bit more difficult. Yeah, I've been doing Duolingo, and it's tough with Duolingo. But I bought a lifetime subscription to Lingo Deer, which I heard is better for Asian languages. So I do both, but primarily Duolingo. I am at that part of Conquest where I am basically just grinding things out, right? It's all just get this done, get this done, get this done. I still got to get this. We adapt, we die. That's not a big deal. I've got all the hard stuff done, all the pain stuff done. So you guys are here to kind of just keep me company for a little bit. I'll keep you guys company for a little bit. And we'll go from there. Because we don't have a TV. Oh, I have my raid too. I did some of it last night. I didn't do all of it. I had like a half hour at work yesterday where I had nothing to do. So I threw my team, my bigger teams on auto. But I ran out of time because I also had to do my fleet climb at the same time. All right, well, that's awesome, man. Right? That's progress. That's what we got to do, is just kind of make progress. Everybody looks to like just do the top of everything, right? And we can't do that. We gotta start from somewhere. So that's great. Even though 20 is one proving ground that you're not going to have to do later. So that's the one way. That's how I would look at it. Let's see. Well, it's not a non-cron. Oh, the one that doesn't have the actual cron on it. The reason why is well, a couple reasons. I do want to get data crons. Like that's not avoiding data crons, but as a non-major PvP player, it's not the biggest concern for me. And as you can see, I have a lot that are not even finished yet, that are not even done yet. But the reason that I do it this way is it's just easier to auto. So it's not about it being the best return on my investment, because you are absolutely right. That first node is 100% better. But I find with my Ewoks and I find with my Mandalorians that if the Bad Batch resists that first hit, that I now need to play the battle manually. And sometimes it's a win and sometimes it's a loss. And I'd rather just get through it. But as you saw, I have a lot of crons. I still need to go through them, and I still need to do something with them. This is actually a set where I don't have a lot of the characters at R9. So it's really, or not R9, R5. So I don't want to bring them up because of Jar Jar. So I don't have too much of a motivation to do it. What I find with my Ewok and Mando battles is that if I get the resist, they take 2 to 3 minutes and they're dicey because my whole group is not there. If I don't resist, you're right. If they don't resist, you're right. It does take about 15 seconds and it's very quick. But I also find that my Mandalorians and my Ewoks can only do one battle. Whereas on the Bounty Hunter one, I can do 2. Alan, I got, let's see. We need 6 more Ewoks. I need 12 more Mandalorians. Moonborn, yeah, man. That stagger feat, I still have to get myself through that, and that's where we're actually headed next, is to just get some staggers in there. Again, because I'm forgetting words a lot lately. Because I do a lot of Amplify Agony, the crew cheese doesn't usually work for me. So I just kind of use the JML veteran Han kind of thing. Bones, good morning, man. Your picture on the Reddit, I don't know if you guys saw the picture on the Reddit. Um, uh, God, of Jar Jar and Anakin that Bowen's posted, but it is on the Three Scoundrels Discord. It is on my Discord. I have it saved to the computer. It is hilarious. I think it got deleted by Sig. So I was sad about that, but it was up for a while. It did get taken down, but it was up for like 8 to 12 hours. I was talking to Captain Amazing this morning, and he was like, "Oh, I couldn't find it," and I was like, "Oh, don't worry, I got it. It's right here. It's saved." Vader, man, I'll try that after. Later today, when I have them back at stamina, I'll try it just to see if it works better with that speed. But I don't really. It's not really the speed issue so much as if I get that resist that's when I have the problem. And being at the part of the game that I'm at, I don't really. This Datacron set is not really interesting to me outside of those level 3s. And I've been getting really screwed with those level 3s. I have not gotten a lot of them at all. I am not doing the Veers kills. I did it the first set. I didn't like it. I had trouble with it. I know the cheese to do it with and Hoth Rebel Pathfinder. It wasn't working well for me. So I just decided I'm not doing that one. I'm not bothering with that one. Yeah, Toast. Obviously the community is smaller. It's new. We've only been there for like a week, but what we're trying to do, and we have a lot of cool people there, is foster that adult, mature, helpful atmosphere of people who want to have fun but also kind of help each other, and we've done a pretty good job of that so far, and I'm happy about it. And it's still working. It's still a work in progress, and we're adding to things each day. I know every day somebody's tagging me and saying, "Hey, we need a this channel," or "Hey, we need a that channel," and we're working on it. After we get done today, I'm going to put up a Tales grouping for Tales Off the Holotable, so we can kind of add a Q&A section for people who, when I talk to some of the bigger creators and you might have some questions for them, I can be that liaison, because obviously, I reach out whenever I can to talk to those people. That's true, Vader. That is necessarily true, or it's definitely true. And I will. When I get my 100% later, I'll try it out just to see how it works. I see, that's the thing. I don't remod, and that's super important to me. Is I would rather do an extra 4 battles than not remod. That's just how I am. I prefer not to do it. I have hot utils. Remodding isn't hard for me to do. I hate doing it. I try to not do it as often as possible. Let's see, I want to do the one that does, I think I have one that doesn't have Sabine. Yeah, let's do that one. Plus, doing the cheese this way takes longer, which means I get to spend more time with you guys. When I play, being at the part of the game that I'm at, there's a lot of theory in the game that I know and I'm aware of, but then there's also a lot of things that I have to kind of recognize that some players may not have, that I take for granted, right? So, like, there are things where I go, I recognize that this is true, and I do it a little bit differently because of Y reason. I will remod if I have to for certain things, but I think the last... Actually, I think I remodded I remodded for the Cal mission this Conquest cycle just because it was my first time trying it. Um, and I'll probably do that going forward once Zepho is unlockable for my guild, but that's about it. I'm not doing anything more than that. The last time before that was for like LSTB. Alright, we're just gonna try and kill some of these guys so that they take less turns. Yeah, I mean, Vader, you're not wrong. But again, when it comes to this set specifically, I don't. It's the level 3s that I value. You know, it's kind of like. What was that set that we had where all of the level 3s had like 15% health, right? Per character of the same faction or whatever. That one I don't think I had any level 9s in that set because I didn't need them. And for this set as well, like a lot of the characters are great characters, but they're not ones that I want to take up for the short term, right? Like everybody's talking about the Charut cron, and that's and it's a great cron. Like it's an awesome cron. But as a turtle in, as a turtle in GAC, it doesn't really benefit me much. I sit at the top of K2 regardless, and because I don't put a lot of stock into GAC, when I do end up hitting K1, I go right back down. So it's really just about different priorities more than anything else. Bones, brother, I love you, man. I know you're not here for that right now to hear me say it, but I'm glad Logan reached out to me because I feel like we talk pretty much every day at this point. I'll have to make my way down your way at some point in the near future. My wife and I, we were joking after we did this meetup this week that we need to do like a world tour of everybody all over the place. Alright. I don't need to win this battle, so I don't really care what's happening. Just want to get as many of these as possible. I see all of the discussion is going on during the one battle where I have to like pay attention and actually hit buttons. So you guys have to give me like just a minute. Just a minute to finish this. Yeah, guys, one day we'll have the money to just take like a year off and just go visit everybody. That would be fun. All right. Now, because I don't feel like doing that battle again, I'm just letting them win, right? Obviously, I'd let them lose if I wanted to just repeat that battle right now, but I don't really care to do that. Let's see what I've missed, huh? Let's see what I've missed. Yeah. So, yeah, Pete, I've seen the same thing in terms of wait till R9 to get the rerolls. But like you, like I'm not really pushing to R9s right now because I don't have those characters and I don't want to bring them up, right? Like Charut, He's, I think, G12. So the R9s I have are the R9s I'm going to keep. I'm just going to R3 and tossing. By the time that this conquest ends, hopefully I'll have another like 2 or 3 doubt ones or protection ones. But my goal on the second set of a conquest is really to just get my conquest credits up a little higher and my rollover a little higher for hopefully what happens next time. Alon, that's gross, man. I've done that. I've done things like that before. What did I do? There was one. I think when clones were like the 40. No, there was a Galactic Republic 40. Let me see if I'm remembering this right. I think it was a yes. It was a Galactic Republic 40, and I did like 5 battles with Bad Batch before I realized Omega wasn't Galactic Republic, and that was not a fun morning. All right, I did Sector 2. Sector 2 is done. I have, I think, like 320 Zetas and probably about 8 to 900 Omegas. I'm not really hurting for Omegas anymore. Ooh, we could get Tuskens just completely out of the way at this point. Let's do that. Toast, I have 2 Doubtcrons. I think I have rolled in total. I've probably tried to roll like 20 crons, and I've used rerolls on all of them. And I have 2 doubt crons and maybe 3 protection crons, and I am very annoyed by it. But we'll see. Well, after today, maybe we'll roll some more. I haven't looked at my mats in a while. Lady Geek, we were just talking about. Oh no, we weren't. We were talking about it in a Discord. The Reddit IPO. Made me think of you because I know you were the one that kind of brought that to my attention. Should need one more. We can get that out of the way. I love when I can finish up a feat, like a grind feat, because then I just don't have to change over to that team anymore. And that just makes me really happy. Especially when it's a team that I'm not doing on a Datacron node, because it's obviously a waste to not have any mats be done. All right, all done. Look at that. All finished. Very happy. Don't have to do Tuskens anymore. What is the thing here? Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Yeah, Geek. I know we were talking about this on Discord, and I signed up for it just because I'm curious what their IPO price is gonna be. I don't expect to put any money into it. I don't expect to follow it any further. I just want to see. I am nervous about doing this way. But let's try it. Because I don't care. If their IPO price is like $10, which it won't be, yeah, I might throw like $100 at it, but I feel like the IPO is going to be around like 30 or something. Okay, can I go? Be great if I could go. I am happy that Cal Kestis has survived so far. I have, oh, that's, nobody has, all right, let's get rid of you because you have an AoE. And, oh, this is my favorite part. Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, Alon, so I can. Again, it comes down to like just the stress factor of it. Oh, I could just throw stuff on. I don't need these anymore. Um, I'd rather just do the Empire kills, get it over with, be done with it, than have to do that way. And I tried it the other way on the first set of conquests, and like I got to like 70, and I just decided it wasn't worth my effort. All right, let's JMK this away, I guess. See if that works. You know another thing that it comes down to, along, because I know that our accounts are in very different spots, is that because I have so many other options available to me, some things I don't have to do that other players might have to do that are very important to what they have. Whereas for me, it's not necessarily the same thing. Let's take Chupio out first. I have all these different things that are available to me. There we go. So I sometimes say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to do it this way because it's easier for my sanity sometimes. Let's get you out of there. Get this in there. There we go. Right, I gotta kill them all. Alright, now that you're the last one left, you're gonna just wipe out my entire team because that's how we do things here, right? That's the way that this works. That's the rules of the game. Just take 80 turns. Why don't we? Why not? Good. Don't have to worry about that anymore either. Perfect. So is that Sector 3 is done now? Oh, what else do we have in Sector 3? Just some... Wow, I was not efficient at all in Sector 3, huh? Missing 5. I don't think I need those, though. So, let's move on. Alright, light side unaligned force users. They could probably do this, right? I think. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. We shall see. An array is not super usually fun against geos, so we'll just experiment to see if it's worth it. What do we think our over-under is on CG really hating us, like really hating us and giving us another Gungan today? And setting the standard of it just being a really awful and expensive cycle. Right? Again, not average. That's not what they normally do. Normally it's 2 to 3 weeks. But it has been done before. We have seen it. It is rare. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. All right, now that we're in alt, we'll see. This is another one that I'm seeing on auto. It's taking so long that I feel like I'd almost rather just do it on another node for time. I don't like when things take this long. Or when I have to put in effort. Nobody has any thoughts on Gungans? There we go. Yeah, so my interesting thing here with Boss Nass, who I hope that wasn't a typo because Boss Jazz is just a great name, is he's effectively useless without another Gungan. So are they going to give us one quicker just to say, here you go, you can play with this for a little while? They have made it more friendly, but, and I don't really even think this is a theory. I think it's, you know, it's not something that we're thinking. It takes about $300 to get a character from 0 to 330 if you want to whale on it. $300 in crystals, you know, so you could save the 40 some odd thousand crystals. You don't actually have to spend any money. And I think that what we're seeing is not an attempt to make it more friendly, but an attempt to entice more people to spend, right? And I think what CG's hoping for is that people, one, more people will be willing to spend $200. I didn't do the math on the exacts, but more people will be willing to spend $200 but also that more people will be willing to throw crystals at 4 or 5 stars, so effectively spend $20 to $50, and their goal is to make more money in the short term on more people, right? Because when we talk about like spending trends over the last 5 to 10 years, we are seeing a decline in whales, not in this game specifically, just in mobile gaming in general. Welcome everybody who's here for my TED Talk on mobile gaming and not here to watch me do Conquest. We've seen a decline from the 99.9% of spending comes from the top 0.1%. And it's been a few years since I have looked into the numbers. So in 2024, they're probably different. But pre-COVID, a lot of the numbers were suggesting that it dropped down to about 90% was from the top 1%. And there was a huge upshift in people willing to spend on microtransactions in games, and that the casual spender was becoming more and more important. And that was like 2017, 2018 numbers. So I think 5 or 6 years later, we're seeing a lot more people willing to spend $10, $20, $30 over a longer amount of time. And I'm wondering if they're trying to capture that market and see if it'll largely be effective for them. Alon, yeah, I think if they keep the cadence, they didn't specifically say the cadence was going to be exactly the same, or not the cadence, they didn't say the order, but let me backtrack. They gave us an order, but they didn't necessarily say that was the order. But Boss Nass was at the top of that list, so it is likely that Tarples will be next. Warlock, good morning, brother. All right, let's see. Back to your daily grind of Conquest. What do I need to do here? Captain Rex has to survive. Everyone? I didn't even... That's crazy. I did numbers a while back on I'm gonna try this with the Empire thing, see if it works. I did numbers a while back this summer on, I guess Rebels would work. Let me just do Rebels. On how much it would take to max an account in one day, right? And some of you have heard me say this before. And I did it with modding, and I did it without modding. And if I remember correctly, as of last summer, to get everyone to R9 in one day would have taken like $300,000 to $500,000. Now, granted, over the course of 2 years, and over the course of other things being farmed freely, that person probably didn't spend that much money. But it is something I'd be interested in seeing. So definitely send me that link. I'd be really curious just to kind of see that. Problem making. Wampa, good morning, ma'am. Did you get those stickers? Did they get sent? Oh, I know they got sent, but did they get to you? Let's do this, do this, do this. I want a tank in here actually, so let's do Jairus. No, let's do Pathfinder. That's just so... His guild's gotta love him for operations, though. Yeah, Moon, they did say that. They said that they were doing this for all of the Gungans. And that... They said that they're trying this new way for all of the Gungans. So I think that that's smart, is not to just base it off of one character, to kind of see how a bunch of characters act and see if it's something sustainable. I largely think it's a great idea to do it this way. I did the 4-star for Boss Nass because he's a Gungan. I think that in the future, I might consider doing 4-star on all characters if if it remained this way. I might consider doing 5 stars on some characters if it remains this way. You know, as we get into Tarpals and then to the next characters, I probably will end up doing the 5 star. Tarpals I'll probably do 5 star. The other two I'll probably do the 6 star trick, just to be safe. Depending on my crystal hoard, depending on where that gets me. And I'm hoping that I obviously get a lucky hit, probably on the last character. That would be really nice. I've already told Calvin Awesome that if he gets one and I don't, that we're mortal enemies, and I'll just badmouth him for the rest of my life. Yeah, I don't think anything will... I think you can send links here. I honestly don't know. I'm assuming you can. Alright, what else do I need to do? I'd like to see it. Definitely. What else do I need to do down here? There's a lot more. Oh, I gotta do the verso. We got 13. Excluding summons. Okay. You know what? Let's do it here, so I can get the two things I need to get in here. And let's do it with you and you and you and you. If you can't link it here, then send it to my Discord, but I think you can. We'll find out. Let's see if she kills anybody. Alright, cool. Perfect. I got something. Yeah, they basically said that it's an experiment for all 4 of them, for the Gungans, right? So, I mean, I'm really hoping that it stays the same way, because I want, you know, we're going to do the same battle. Well, let's see. Because I want, you know, to be able to get Jar Jar, and that seems to be what's going to make it obtainable for me. I don't know if it's going to work against these guys. So you saw that on Reddit. Yeah. It was actually, you know, for those of you guys that weren't there, I don't know if it's going to work. We're going to see what happens. But I met up with a few of the Redditors on Saturday, local Redditors. Yeah, that didn't think that was going to work. And we, God damn it. We got a drink at a brewery, and we all had a lot to drink, and we nerded out a little bit, and a bunch of people kept asking me for math help, and I wasn't going to embarrass myself while drunk trying to figure out basic math. But it was a good time. It was fun. Come on, we can do this. Aiden, come on. Alright, not a total waste. Beautiful. I got my 2. Perfect. Love it. Happy. Happy, happy, happy. Do I need anything else that needs to be cleaned up here? Because then I could get that last kill. Nothing else needs to be cleaned up. Those never seem to work. They are at whatever stamina they are at right now, so we're going to hold off on them. Where on my Phoenix node? Let's get some more of those staggers in. I see, Makai. If you ever watch me do my Tales Off the Holotables episode, I try to drink a different thing each time. Sometimes beer, sometimes whiskey, sometimes tequila. I am in my I'm in my whiskey era. Um, so I generally am drinking a Japanese whiskey or a single malt Scotch. I mean, we're in an IPA age right now, so everything's an IPA. I drink lots of that. I like higher end tequilas. I'm not really into super sweet drinks. You know, if we go out to eat and I like to try different drinks, and if it's really, really sweet, I'm not going to order another one. I don't really have a sweet tooth. Rum and ginger ale, man. Bones, do it. Rum and ginger ale. As for Red Crate, I always Red Crate. There's a single Conquest that I did not Red Crate. And I still got that character first run because I did buy the $9 Conquest Pass that time. And that was Dad Bod Boba. And I guess I don't regret buying the Conquest Pass, but I still haven't leveled up the character, so I clearly didn't value him. And then obviously, I guess Bones you didn't hear, but you know, Bane is the one character that I am planning to level, even though Jar Jar's on the horizon. So like I have to Red Crate this. It's important. It needs to get done. Anyone who is here, I know I have like these fun little notifications that keep going up, but I do have some slots for Brunch with Egnards this upcoming Sunday for roster reviews, and we just set up a whole process now on Discord, so it's kind of streamlined and much easier to access and not have to be throwing around 8 different links, right, on our Discord. So that should be fun. It should be easier for you guys that need that stuff. No, I have not. I'm not familiar with a lot of different Japanese whiskeys. It's something newer that I'm getting into. Suntory Toki is something that I always have in a decanter. Always. Freddie, yeah. So, are you talking about like the crew cheese? Because of all the Amplify Agonies that I do, it's very hard for me to do the crew cheese. So I just do it this way to get it done. I really need to get through... I kind of messed up this battle. Really what I should have done is killed Chopper and really focused down Chopper first. Against Phoenix, with what team? I might be familiar with it, but I'm not 100%. I'm actually wasting a lot of time on this battle, and it's kind of annoying. I'm not getting anywhere near the amount that I would normally get. You do not need to pay to get a character, the Conquest character, in 3 months. 3 months, you just have to, if you're not paying, you need to just Red Crate. You know what? I don't even care. I recognize that I screwed up this battle, and I am just going to get as many staggers as I can. Bones. So, no, I don't think that. I don't think that Arnold got exclusive footage for Bane. I believe that there is a client, not a test client, but like what would you call it? A reverse engineered client of the game that some of the guys have used and are utilizing, and because Bane is in the game, technically, if you have that client, you would be able to do that. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's basically what's going on. He's just using the reverse engineered game that other people tend to use. I haven't seen it in the wild, but I have heard of it. All right, that was not as fruitful as I wanted it to be. I'll have to take a look next time I'm at the liquor store when I go to like Total Wine. All right, it's not as bad as it could have been, but the next time I'm at Total Wine, I'll have to take a look at it and see if I can find it. Let's see. Red crate. Yeah, so I red crate and I buy the shards and the nodes so that I'm not spending any money on Conquest. I buy all 4 sets of shards from the nodes, and then I use like the extra 1,000. I use the extra 1,000 or so to buy the Sector 1 like signal datas and everything. Let's see. So Freddy, Dash, Han, Kira, GMI, Scout, 3X full auto. Dash, Han, Kira, GMI, Scout. Do you need specific data disks for that? My Kira's not relicked. My Kira's not relicked. I don't know if that would work, but you know what? I have all this extra energy, and Vet Han's at 90%. So we're gonna just do a YOLO, and let's just see it, and we're gonna just try it, and it might not work because of my setup right now, but I won't hold it against you because that has nothing to do you. We go dash lead. We go. You don't need a VA. I don't have voluntary accelerator, volatile accelerator. I don't use that, but we're still gonna try this. Kira, GMY Scout. This is how much I value my my stuff. Well, yeah, I don't replace GMI with start. Well, you know what? I already hit play, so we're just gonna see what happens. I think it was at 217, right? Bodie, good morning, man. I know we were chatting a few days ago. It's nice to see you here. I don't think I've seen you here before. But I think you have been on before because you've mentioned some stuff I said on stream. Bones, I think what it comes down to with that modified APY and everything is it's obviously, well, you know what? We're going to try it with Veton and just see what happens. Maybe we stumble on something. It doesn't look like anyone's dying. I used Veton because of the stagger. But here you go. Look, we might have stumbled on something thanks to you. I think because it's not hurting anyone, and it does bring some excitement that they don't probably care. Yeah, I placed my TW teams before my stream started because because I accidentally did it on stream before. No, Vader. I use 3 Amplify Agony, 3 Amplify Agony, 1 Voluntary Vanguard, 1 Ruthless Swiftness, and then I have, I think that's 2 more left over. And with that 2 more left over, I put on like that new Protection Recovery one. And it seems to work pretty well for me. I pretty much do that every single time. I don't usually like voluntary or volatile accelerator because it makes it a little bit harder for me to control kills, right? And obviously, one thing that I want to do is control the kills that I'm getting. We're actually a little bit behind on this conquest cycle. Usually by the Tuesday, I'm done. Usually by yesterday, I'm done. I went a little bit slower this time around. But you know what? I wish I didn't find out about this in the last set, because this would have been great for Foresight too. Look at this. So I was at 217. I'm almost positive 217. Let's see where this gets me. Where are we at? All right, 2 minutes left. I really need to set up my hot utils to place my defenses for me, because that's the thing I hate the most about TW is having to place each of those teams, especially since Datacrons came out and having to do that. LS Mando feed, what do I use? I use, what's his name? I use Beskar Mando, Sabine, regular Mando, who's only G12, Armorer, who's only G12, and who did I use? Somebody else who's probably also G12. Vader had mentioned that that regular Mando might be a better lead for the Datacron node. I'm gonna try it later today when I get some energy refresh. Man, where were you guys last conquest cycle? Exactly, Pete. I don't want the AAs to kill things. And usually what I used to do before Datacron nodes were simmable, I would, after I completed everything, I would re-mod or re-Datacron to things that would just kill really fast. And it would cost me like 21 energy, but it didn't matter because I was saving so much time. Now I don't need to worry about that. Dude, guys. Alright, I'm saving that. I'm putting that in my thing. Freddy, man, thank you. This is... I love when I do these things and I learn from other people. So this is the squad that I use for Mando. Beskar, Bo, Sabine, the Mandalorian, Armorer. Right? And Sabine opens with the stagger. Bo-Katan hits everybody with her AoE, and then it's pretty much golden. Alright, so let's do that. For stagger, so I messed up what they were saying. Dash Han. I'm gonna keep Vet Han in there though. Kira, GMY. So we'll keep GMY in there and Scout. And we're gonna put Scout in there. We're gonna call this Stagger so I remember, because I always forget. Oh man, dude, Bones, you know how much I love SWG. I don't have the time to invest in SWG with in a post emulator world, but good luck, man. I never told you I played on Tarkinus, and if you played SWG at its release, we were known as the server that didn't get one specific medal for like a year and a half. So when everyone else was using the T-21 rifles, we weren't even able to make them yet, which was crazy. All right, I need one more Iden kill. It worked pretty well on this node. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for Foresight too in the future. I mean, I'm sure we won't get like a stagger Foresight thing again, but at least for stagger, that's something real good to keep in mind and remember. Super, super happy about knowing that. I don't want you guys to die. Just need one more of these kills. Perfect. Beautiful. So what do we got? 571, 578. 571 plus these. That'll give me, what is this one? Is impure diamonds. Okay, so that'll get me to 601. Just to see what I need to do here. 601. I need to do resistance. Forgot about that. Let's just burn these on resistance and call it a day, shall we? Then I should be good by tomorrow afternoon. I don't mind being at this part of Conquest where most of my energy I can use on Datacron stuff, right, where I am as of literally right now. It's not so bad because come tomorrow I'm gonna have to do a couple of the feats as a slow grind, but I'll also be able to prioritize a lot of my energy just towards autoing, which will be nice. What do we got left? 91. Okay. Then I gotta go grocery shopping. Today's grocery shopping day. Nothing in my house but one cold slice of pizza, and that's my wife's. Because my fat ass ate all 4 of my slices last night. Hoping GAC is kind to me. I almost feel like I need to not turtle this time. I'm not going to. I'm still going to turtle. But rationally, in the short term, I feel like almost not turtling is a good idea just to hopefully get more short-term crystals. Knowing that I'll bounce right back, but more short-term crystals for Jar Jar. But we're just going to hope that I get some good matchups. Goldfish crisps. Crisps as in London, as in chips, but I don't know if I've had those. I don't know, I've seen those. Like they look like potato chips? if anyone is interested or cares, we tracked Datacron drops over like 4 conquest cycles. I don't know if she's still here, but Lady Geek was a huge contributor to that study, and we, unless they've changed it, at least over those 4 conquest cycles, it was a roughly 18% drop rate with no change between the different cycles, and we tracked that with like 8 different accounts. So if you're ever interested in if they change those drops or what the drop rate is, it should be right around there. I know some people care about that stuff. Some people don't. I do. That's something that's important to me, is knowing that. I think I have enough for two more. I'll have to keep a lookout when I go today. See if they're there. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this at 50%. We will find out. Oh, well, pleasantly surprised. Resistance doesn't generally do super great. Yeah, Wombat, if you were here on my first day doing Sector 5, I did not get a Phoenix node right away. I got it the next day in my second half, and I was getting really, really nervous that I was not going to get a Phoenix node. And I'm super happy that I did, because I was getting scared. Yeah, that's Lady Geek. I remember that you were asking me what the minimum amount of battles was to contribute, and I feel like I had told you like, oh, if you get like, I don't even remember what the number was, like 20 or so, then I'm happy, and you ended up contributing more data than me, and you were like, oh, oops, I did so much. Um, but it was super, super, super helpful. Super helpful. Um, 40 kills for Amidala Quest. I don't think it'll be Gungans yet. I think because Gungans won't be fully released yet, so I think you're safe there. I think there'll be a nice one, and there will be a hard one. And I don't know if they've done this combination yet before, but both have come up. I think it'll probably be Galactic Republic, which will be the nice one. And then I think Separatist, which isn't necessarily mean, right? Because everybody has like a GG team. But it's going to be a harder one because Galactic Republic, you have one of the strongest characters in the game. Separatist, you do have to pick and choose a little bit more, and not everybody has geared up Trench, right? So it's probably going to be Galactic Republic and Separatist. You heard it here first. If it is not Separatist, there will probably be a win 20 battles with, and it'll be a very, very, very specific Separatist team that includes stop, right? Like GG, B1, B2, Magna Guard stop. But that would be my prediction. Okay, let's... I can never, ever remember which one is the leader between Veers and Stark. And range. Iden is a little bit low. I don't know if this is going to work as my last battle, but if I even get one... Well, obviously I'll get one in. Have to get one in. Let's see if I can get two in. Yeah, we did definitely get lucky with Ewok, which sounds silly, but we all had to... Oh, I know what you mean. So I think that was just a text error, right? Because that's all from data mine. So I think that was just a copy and paste text error that they had put into their stuff. I didn't. We have always gotten. It has always been 240s and 220s. So I didn't expect them to deviate from that at all. I did expect it to be 20 still. I know a lot of people were nervous about that. Oh, come on. I was hoping to get 10. Doesn't matter. Whatever. I got something there. So we are at 576. I am pretty good. I think I will be... Oh, I got to get my raids in really quick. I was going to log off, but I hear my wife is on a meeting right now. Anyway, so let's finish my raids, the less important battles. I already did those. Let's do these guys just to get whatever I can get in. It could, yeah, I mean, it could be Trench 2. It could be Trench 2. Which one is Survive or Die? I don't know any of their names. So you have to remind me. It could be Trench 2, but I think with Stop, that it'll probably be GG, because that's like the team. So I think that's what they're going to do with that one, but we'll see. If there's any Separatist feat, I expect it to be like a Trade Federation thing for Amidala. Yes, so I am doing that one. I'm at 34 of 50, and it'll take me 1 or 2 more battles, depending, to get that one. I would just did the 1 battle for that to get that a little bit higher. But I'm out of energy for the day, so... It's not really a priority one. Yeah. I need you to stop spending money is the only review that I would give him. I would love to do some roster reviews today, but I only have my one screen because I didn't want to drag everything upstairs. And also, because there's not as much going on in the game this Sunday, I just wanted to have some content for Brunch with Egnards. I think I have 2, maybe 3 roster reviews as of right now that I need to do, and we'll see how many more kind of pop up. We'll pop you 1, 2, 3. Let's just do that. The sorting node. Interesting. Interesting. I actually, you know, I'm on top of Reddit constantly. I didn't hear about that at all. That would have been nice. I mean, I'm doing it mostly on Datacron node, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. It doesn't bother me so much, but it would have been nice to get that out of the way. This entire time I've been fidgeting, just not in my hands. Wouldn't it be cool if I could like solve this thing with one hand? I can't solve it at all, so don't expect to see any like crazy Egnards solving thing, but it is really fun to play with and just kind of fidget with. Wampa, yeah. I have a hard time with that $30 pass. If I, you know, I guess I could spend $30 a month, but I just don't want to. I don't want to reward them for that. I know for you have an account. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% and I don't want you to get offended because remember, I look at so many rosters, but I'm pretty sure you're still doing like proving ground stuff. So I think for people that still have a few proving grounds to do, that the $30 pass is a much higher value. I know a lot of people who have like SLKR and C or JML who are trying to do a catch up. They've been buying that $30 pass because they're getting, 7, 8, 9 extra battles for it, and it's helpful. I 100% think Captain Panaka. 100% Captain Panaka is coming. I honestly, when we were first talking about Jar Jar, I didn't really expect Gungans to come out right away. I expected it just to be him. And I thought that Padme would go with Jar Jar and Panaka. It's probably going to be Queen, Padme most likely. I know thematically it doesn't make sense, but arguably you had Jedi Master Luke and Jedi Knight Luke, and we do that all the time with like Vader and Vader. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Amidala, Captain Panaka, Padme. Is Panaka? I feel like Panaka is probably going to be. Well, I guess the team doesn't really need a tank. I don't know how this decoy mechanic is going to work. And the fact that we're getting Queen Amidala, I've talked about this before. The fact that we're getting Amidala, it's we don't normally get lesser versions of characters, and this is one of a very few instances where we did, right? Queen Amidala might be the more extravagant looking character, but Padme is the stronger character. So I guess there is a big case for getting Padawan Obi now that they're kind of doing that a little bit more often. Bones, who left, he was talking on his podcast, Three Scoundrels, and I actually messaged him to tell him later. I was like, oh, I agree with you. I think that Jar Jar is going to have some Padme synergy as a curveball, where he is going to be used with the Gungans most of the time, but where maybe in threes he's used with Padme. And he might not even be used with her, but I think there will be some synergy, used or not, just to kind of toss a nod to that. I don't know why. I just have this funny feeling, and I heard him talking about it, and I was like, oh, I'm glad that I'm not the only one that thinks that way. Again, whether or not it gets used. Yeah, like Captain Rex, something like Captain Rex. And I think there's been some in the past where they've done it, but it just didn't work out in terms of nobody used it that way. I can't for the life of me remember where they just kind of throw like those little nods in there, and they threw the little nod in with Mara Jade, but you don't use Mara Jade with Jedi Knight Luke, but it is a little nod to the character. Yes, Warlock. So it is going to be a consistent taunt, but what I mean is, like some teams have like a tank and an off tank. So Brood Alpha is a great example where you have Brood Alpha as the tank, but then you also have Pagla the Lesser, who's also a tank. And with that, I'm thinking there's possibility for them to maybe want the team to have two tanks, and the same thing with Rebels, where you have Leia, who's technically a tank, but she doesn't taunt, and you want there to be another one. Lady Geek, I appreciate you. Honestly, I do. And we're actually finishing up anyway. I'm just stalling because I had a few extra things to do. Sunfac. I apologize. I don't use my geos. I have one geo at Relic. Somebody pointed out in a stream last week that I said I didn't have Relic geos, and they were like, "Oh, you have an R2 assassin or spy," and I don't even remember doing that, but I know I did it very recently. I don't use them often. So with that said, guys, that's it for today. This was kind of impromptu. I didn't expect to do it. I just happened to be home because of the virtual training, and I just happened to wake up early and get it done because I didn't want to deal with it, and I figured I would throw all my stuff on and just kind of drop in and make my life a little bit more bearable. Thank you for spending your time with me. Like I said, we do have the Discord set up now, and it's in our Twitch, whatever it's called, Twitch bio, and it's in our YouTube profile. Stop by, hang out, say hi, get some helpful information from people, or request a roster review. All right? Peace out, everybody.